Hi everyone, this is Steven. Welcome to your practice. We're going to be doing 90-90 hip mobility. It's a pose that works really well to get to all the sides of the hips. And I don't know about you, but my hips often feel like they could do a bit of a daily maintenance. So this is a really nice way to get in there. We're going to start in a bear sit, which is if you're sitting on the sideways on your mat, that's going to work really well. And then you place the feet wider than the hips with the toes turned out. And to start with, you can hold on to the ankles, give a little pull so that your chest goes nice and high, and gently squeeze the glutes to open the legs wide. Just pause 2-3 breaths here before we start moving. Just assess how your hips are doing at the moment. Breathe some space into all the areas that feel a little bit restricted, a little bit tight. Remember, tight, it might look like you have really flexible hips, but it's more of a feeling, an internal assessment. So let there be no judgment where your hips are at. We'll start where we are. And then place your hands behind you for a little bit of support. And we're going to start with both knees over to the right. So the right knee is almost there, but the left knee is going to come in quite a bit. So now this right leg is an external rotation and the left leg is an internal rotation. This is 90-90. We'll go dynamically first. So now swivel the knees to the left. And we're doing the same on the opposite side. And then we'll do that a couple more times to warm up. So keep swiveling the knees. Notice the feet are not moving. They're staying in the same place. They just sort of windscreen wipe up and down. And the hips are also not moving. They are also staying the same side, except they will turn a bit more left and a bit more right as you windscreen wipe through this. The further I place my hand behind me, the easier this is going to go. I'm increasing the angle between the torso and the legs. And the closer I walk my hands to the hips, so more upright, the a little bit more intense it's going to be. Nice. Then try to, for the next few rounds, try to keep your chest facing more or less forward as best as you can. So we're not turning all the way to the side, even though the legs are turning to the side. The chest stays forward as best as you can. Nice. Let's do 2 more on either side. This is 1. And then last one. We're going to end up with both legs over to the right side. So now your right leg is the front leg, the left leg is the trail leg. Just give it a little check. Is everything 90 degrees? Set it up really nicely. And then lean a little bit forward until you feel the first inkling of a stretch. We're not going as far as we can because we'll get a little bit lower in a few moments. And then really push that front leg, the knee, the foot, the lower leg, the thigh, the glute, push everything down. Almost like you're about to come up because there's so much pressure of that front leg. Nice. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then see if you can pull yourself a tiny bit lower so the torso comes closer to the front leg. Now place left hand on the right heel. Give a little bit of pressure there, like something to push into, and then do that pushing out with the right foot against the left hand, as if the foot wants to shoot off sideways. Do that for a count of 5 as well. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, then release that pressure and see if you can come a tiny bit forward. And if you're already all the way down, then try to go a little bit more central over the leg. So not over the knee, but more over the middle of the shin. We'll do that one more time. Press the right knee down as hard as you can. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and slowly release. Also here, don't round your lower back, even arch it a bit. Do the opposite of the rounding. That's going to give you a deeper stretch. And then last one, right foot pushes into left hand, especially through that heel. Press, press, press. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and see if you can pull a little bit deeper. Hopefully you're a little bit lower than where you started, but remember, it's going to be different for everybody. Nice. And then slowly start to come up. Nice. You can turn a little bit over that back knee now. Now we're going to work on this left leg in internal rotation. Nice. If you want to make this easier, you might need to lean more away from that leg into your right hand. If you want to make it harder, then sit more upright. You're going to press the left knee down and see if you can lift the left foot up off the mat. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then do the opposite. Press the left foot down for a count of 5. Nice. I'm going to stay quiet for a moment. And then again, lift the left foot up. 5. It might not go very high. You might even just imagine it lifting. And that is a good start. You're still getting those muscles to fire. And then put it back down. Nice. Now place your hands behind you for support. We're going to keep the right knee down as much as we can. And swivel the left knee up. So pulling the legs apart with the muscles on the outer hip here. And then come back down. Again, pull open and come back down. Pull open, come back down. Last one. Pull the left knee up. Keep the right knee down for just another moment. And then let the right knee follow the left leg. So now we're swiveling over to the other side. You might need to just make some small adjustments or create some space so you can fold. And we're in a 90-90 over the left shin. Start with just a little bit of folding forward until you feel the first stretch in your left outer hip. And then pause. We're going to push that left leg down, the entire left leg, the left glute, the left knee, the left ankle and the foot. Push for a count of 5. Gradually increase the pressure until you're close to your maximum, and release the pressure as you pull yourself down, maybe a tiny bit more. If there's no noticeable difference, it's fine too. You don't have to actually see it. Now right foot holds left heel. I'm pushing the left foot outwards to the outside of the mat for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, release that pressure, let the chest go forward and maybe a little bit lower. Nice. And then again, one more time, both of these, push the left leg down as hard as you can. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Feel the outer hip fire and then release it and maybe pull yourself a little bit down. You can activate the opposite muscle, which is going to be inner thigh in this case. And then one more time with the foot out into the hand. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lengthen the chest forward and maybe a little bit more central over that left shin. And notice if there's any difference. Often one hip is quite a bit tighter than the other. So don't worry if that's the case for you. Now, so we're going to turn a little bit over the right leg, the trail leg, which is an internal rotation. And now press that right knee down and think of lifting the right foot. I don't have so much space here. This is really hard, but hopefully you're having an easier experience with this. And then put it back down, press the foot down, do that opposite motion. And we're gonna have to lift one more time. You've got this. Lift the foot, press the right knee down, or imagine you're lifting the foot. This is a really tough one. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower the foot gently and then glue the left knee down to the mat. Start to lift the right knee up until it stops and lower back down. Lift and pull the knees apart, lower back down. How about 3 more? You stop whenever you stop. It doesn't have to look like what I'm doing, just do your own thing. And mobilize those hips. I lost count as usual. Let's just do one more for good measure. Ooh, and then let the left knee follow, maybe a couple of times. Swivel side to side, just feel how are those hips doing. Is there a bit more space? Is this a little bit smoother? Or did you get rid of some of the aches and tension around the hips, this is a good one to repeat really often, maybe a couple of minutes a day in the 90-90 is a really good start. Thanks for moving with me. It was a pleasure to see you here, and have a good one.